There's a book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 24. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. First and foremost, I would like to say, Kala Yah Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Chakodash, the ones to the apostles and elders of great meals from the Ruel. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful, like to all you brothers out there pushing the word in truth and sincerity. Shalom to all you brothers, stay strong, pushing it with quick lesson. And as you brothers see from this article, it says the end of American power. Don't blame Trump and don't expect Biden to save it either. Exactly. So you have these two Edomites running for office, which election night is right around the corner. You have DJ Trump, and then you have Creepy Joe on the other side. So you have these two Edomites battling it out to see who's going to get the power, see who's going to be the one running and controlling the government now. All right, controlling America. But you see, it's not gonna matter, because at the end of the day, these two Edomites are not going to be able to save America. Okay, America's power is diminishing, decreasing. There's no coming back for America. All right, why am I saying this? Because the prophecy states that America's done, which America is known in the scriptures as Babylon the Great, also known as the daughter of Babylon. So at the end of the day, America is done. So no Edomite is going to be able to save America. No Edomite is going to be able to bring back the past glories and the past power that America once had. It says, fretting about the U.S.'s declining global power has long been a parlor game amongst its establishment thinkers, but there now seems to be nervous consensus in the beltway that its days of world leadership are indeed fast approaching. Exactly. So, like I said, at one point in time, America was respected, America was beloved, America was feared, but those days are no more. The past glories of America are no more, and that's what Esau's trying to do. Esau's trying to bring it back to its former glory. But like I said, look, the whole world hates America now. Okay, so much so that even its allies, or countries that were known as allies at one point in time, even hate America. And it tells you in the book of Revelation how these shall hate the whore, right? The 10 horns, which that's talking about the EU, which, like I said, at one point in time they were allies, they were cool with each other, they had they were making business with each other. But ever since Trump stepped into office, that love, or at least that respect that they had for each other, went out the window, because Trump went up in there, headstrong. He started talking down on the mother countries, its own allies. So now its own allies were like, man, fuck America and fuck Trump. So now, like I said, they don't even respect them. They so much so that even the allies, or they were once known as allies, they're gonna shoot missiles on America. Okay. As a matter of fact, going back to the scripture that I read, 1 Corinthians 15, verse 24, then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father. Exactly the end of what? The end of Esau's world. When you go to 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, Esau's the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, and also the end of America, the end of Babylon the Great, which is going to be what? Is going to be destroyed from off the face of the earth. When he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. Exactly, and this is Yahushai. This is what Yahushai is going to do. All right, when Yahushai comes back with the angels, and he starts putting a smackdown on Esau, a smackdown on America, because Yahushai is going to be getting down simultaneously with the missiles. All right, Yahushai and the angels are going to be shooting those laser beams at America. As a matter of fact, let me get another scripture real quick. You know what? Let me get the book of Job. There's a book of Job, chapter 12, verse 23, and it says, he increaseth the nations and destroyeth them. He enlargeth the nations and straighteneth them again. Exactly. So this is what's going to happen with America. The Most High, at one point in time, lifted up America, right, to come into the power seat, to be above every other single kingdom. But now the time has come where the Most High is going to destroy America. But like I said, with the missiles, with Yahushua and the angels, and other types of plagues and pestilences, with what, like famine, different natural disasters, riots, protests, uproars of the people. So you're going to have these things happening before Yahushua comes back, right? The scripture says, if the fire already, be set or something like that, right? I'm saying it, not word for word, but it does say how when Yahushua comes back, and parts in America are already going to be on fire, because you're going to have people burning buildings down, right? Burning vehicles, and so certain cities are already going to be on fire. So once again, he increased the nations and destroyed them. So at one point in time, The Most High increased America, just like at one point in time He increased the Roman Empire, the Grecian Empire, the ancient Babylonian Empire, the ancient Egyptian Empire, so on and so forth. Just like He increased those nations, guess what? America is no different. So just like they were increased and just like they fell and they were destroyed, guess what? That's going to happen to America too. Okay? America's no better than the other wicked ass kingdoms that were once upon a time in this world. So it says He increased the nations and destroyed them. He enlarged the nations and strengthened them again. Exactly. So now let me go ahead and get Psalms 75. So you see, America's power is waning, man. Even when it comes down to the military, nobody fears the military, man. Nobody fears the U.S. military. You got militaries out there way stronger than the American military. Now, when it comes to weapons, America might be number one, but when it comes to the troops, to the foot soldiers, to the boots, they're not. Trust me, they're not as strong as the Russian troops, man. The Russian troops, those are another level, man. Let me see. Psalm 75 verse 7. This is it says, "But the Most High is a judge. He put it down one and set it up another." Exactly. So the Most High, He sets up one kingdom and He's about to put another one up. So right now, when the Most High destroys Esau's kingdom, America's power, who do you think is up next? The Israelites. Okay, the kingdom of heaven is up next. Okay, so He's gonna destroy one and He's gonna put up another. All right, so we're gonna be put in the stead of Esau. It's going to be the changing of a guard, the changing of guards, the changing of power. Okay. As a matter of fact, let me get this one real quick. All right, there's a book of Psalms 137, verse. Psalms 137 verse 8, O daughter of Babylon, which is America, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee, even as thou hast served us. Exactly. So the Most High is going to destroy the daughter of Babylon. All right, He's going to destroy one, He's going to put up another one. All right, that's how the Most High has always been. Look at ancient history. Every time one kingdom fell, another one took its place. Because the other one came up in power, because the Most High gave the other one power. And He was diminishing the one He was about to destroy. He was diminishing that kingdom's power. So it's no different today. Esau's power is diminishing, America's power is diminishing, but guess who's gonna come up next to him or after him? Israel. Like I read earlier, or mentioned earlier, Esau's the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So once again, O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee, as thou hast served us. Exactly. And what has America served us, or what has America rewarded us? Slavery, pain, destruction, stress, death, tears. Okay, that's what Esau and America's been to us. Nothing but pain and sorrow. So guess what? Now you devils got to go through the pain. You devils got to go through the ringer that we went through the same curses that we went through. Guess what? Them curses are going to fall upon your own head. But double. Okay, there's going to be double the pain, double the suffering, double the death, the destruction upon you Edomites. All right, let me get the last scripture. There's the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 44. And the coming kingdom, that coming kingdom, the kingdom of heaven, that's never going to be destroyed. That's never going to come down. The power is never going to decrease, because this kingdom that the Most High has set up for us, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, guess what? That kingdom is going to be everlasting. It's going to be here forever and ever and ever. Never to be destroyed, never to be it's not going to happen to where, Esau's going to, one day rise up and cause a rebellion, or Ham is going to cause no, there's ain't going to be no rebellions, man. Just like in different kingdoms, you have different rebellions, people rising up, to fight against the powers that be. Guess what? When we're the powers to be, there ain't gonna be no goddamn rebellions, man. Because we trust and believe we're gonna be like gods in the earth. We're gonna be like angelic beings, are supernatural, all super powerful. We're gonna have spiritual power. You devils and you other nations, you ain't gonna be able to do a goddamn thing, man. All right, but anyways, going to Daniel chapter 2, verse 44. That's gonna be the difference between us and everybody else. Okay, we're gonna be an everlasting power, an everlasting kingdom. It says, Daniel chapter 2, verse 44, and in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom. Exactly. So once the day of these kings, the day of these different kingdoms is done and over with, the Most High is going to set up the kingdom of heaven. And it says, which shall never be destroyed. Exactly. We're never going to be destroyed. We're never going to be under attack. Our power is never going to decrease. Just like you see America's power decreasing right now, every day, day by day. We shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. Exactly. Like I said, no other people is going to be able to rise up and take take the power away from us. Okay, like I said, ain't going to be no rebellions, and all of a sudden, Esau took us out or Esau took us down. Right? Ain't going to be no Renaissance no more. Okay, just like what happened during the time of the Renaissance, which when you look up the word Renaissance, it means rebirth. Ain't going to be no rebirth of Esau coming back into power. Ain't going to be no Renaissance of the Moabites, the so-called Chinese, and so on and so forth. Because all these people are going to be in subjection unto us. They're going to be our slaves. They're going to be our handmaids. Whatever we tell them to do, guess what? They're going to have to do it. But we're going to teach them in righteousness. And if they don't want to follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, guess what? They're going to be put down even further. All right, because it tells you in the scriptures how these other nations, they're going to have to obey us. They're going to have to obey Salaki. They're going to have to obey Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And we're going to be the ones to push it out there. Okay, we're going to push the law out there because we're going to be perfect. All right, we're going to tell these heathens to keep the different, Sabbath days, the high holy days, so on and so forth. So these devils are going to have to wait and do whatever we tell them to do, hand and foot. If we tell them to come to Jerusalem at a certain day, they're going to have to come and do it. And trust and believe, they're not going to be worshiping and praising no other idols, different gods. All right, they're going to be worshiping and praising the holy name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And it says, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Exactly. So we're going to be breaking these kingdoms in pieces because we're going to have to beat them down in order for these nations to come, the right way, to learn the righteousness. They're going to have to be broken down. We're going to have to break the mentality of them believing in other gods, calling upon other, deities' names, following their own customs. We're going to have to break them down. Just like how Esau did with us when he put us in slavery, he broke us down. He took our remembrance of Israel, he took it away from us. He took the name of the Most High away from us, our different customs, our way of life. So we're going to be doing the same thing with these other nations. All right. So once again, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Exactly. This kingdom, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai that he's going to give to us, guess what? It's going to stand forever. It's never going to be destroyed. It's never going to come down. It's never going to decrease. Okay, just like you see America. America's power is decreasing. Why? Because it's part of prophecy. But the next kingdom to come is never going to fall. All right, but anyways, with that, I'm going to say, call out Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashem Kakodash. Till next time, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I'm going to say Shalom.